I'm interviewing this guy.
What a great intro.
Oh, it's too good. It's too good of an intro.
The intro is incredible.
Oh, if you're wondering why he's coughing so much, guys, and he's battling a life altering disease.
It's a strain of COVID that's kicking my ass.
So if he coughs, don't worry about it. Don't be so annoyed. He's battling an illness.
All right, let's get this started, shall we?
Yeah. So you just posted it recently. You have a new stuff coming. I was trying to find the
I
words.
did.
It's a full
It's
length.
my first,
It's your
my
full
first full length album.
first full length album. Um, it's called Alter Void.
It is. If you want, I'll tell you a little bit about where that name came from.
Okay.
So, a buddy of mine, um, me and him had got together and we were talking, and I was talking to him, and I was like, I don't know what to call this thing because it's my first full length album. I want it to stand out. I want it to be significant, and you know, you'll know him on YouTube as Poppy Tourist. He's a guitarist. Uh, we did Left Behind together. He did the instrumental for Left Behind, um, and he had a track called Alter Void, and he said I could use that, and I really liked that. So I tied Alter Void to what your mind is like when you get into that deep, deep depression.
Right.
When you get into a place in your mind and it is like gritting teeth to get out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
You
that's sort
told
of what I tied that to.
you told
So
me you told me in that interview that we did with me on Blackout, um, that you just wanted to thank me personally for the help on this.
yeah, absolutely. Because after late night walks, I thought I was gonna be done. The hate was getting to me, and just overall, it got into my head that I was a bad singer and that there was no place for me in music. And then I came across this guy. We did Operation together, and I
That
was
was
telling him about
that was
how
originally gonna be the
I,
last song he ever did too.
it was. And then I was talking to him about it, and he said to me, he was like, why let these people control you? Why let these people bring you down? And then we were looking through demos, and he picked up on, you know, a song that two demos he wanted to bring back that he's releasing. You want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, there's a unreleased demo that I'm posting very soon. I want it to be a surprise. I'm not gonna reveal what it is. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but it is a feature with this person that we did together. Um,
Mhm.
just know,
Both of them are.
yeah, and just know that um, this song is gonna be, if it blows up correctly and you like it a lot, then I might post it. But it is a gooder. It's on his channel. Just know that it's on his TikTok somewhere. I'm not gonna say which one it is, but it is on his TikTok. But maybe a hint could be schizophrenia. But yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. And then yeah,
Yeah, man, absolutely. Um, and then we did that, and I listened back to them, and I was like, these are really good. The I like these. I like this. And then we wrote a couple of songs off this album together, which I'll get to. And then it just all sort of came together, and I've wanted to make a full length album for the longest time, just never had the motivation to do it. And then I made song after song after song after song, and I was like, these collection of songs are really good and they go really good together. why not put them into an album? And
Yeah.
I brought that up to you, and I said, I was like, I don't know if I don't know if I even want to release them. And then I sent you a couple of them, and you resonated with them so much that I kind of had to. I kind of
Yeah.
had to put them out.
We'll talk about
Um,
which ones those were, but there's one that we did
Absolutely.
revive that's coming on Blackout. Another one we revived that I'm posting very soon, and then there's
Yeah,
one that's coming on June 25th that I kind of did revive, and I did it with you
yeah.
as well.
And then there's a couple, and I sent you some off the next record that your words, not mine. They made you feel something, didn't they? The
Yeah.
ones I sent you,
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. And we'll talk about which
and
ones they are.
we will. And I said, I was like, I don't know how I'd release them, and I was like, I have a collection of about 12 songs that I really like that I want to find a
There,
way to release,
yeah,
and I was
I do want to talk
like,
about. We were really through the unreleased demos, and he sent me one called "In My Mind," and we weren't too fond of it, so we just decided to delete it. We didn't. We both didn't like it.
you vowed never to bring that up again, good sir.
Yes, that is. I did want to bring it up for this though because I felt like people should know, but no, that song will
How much
never
of a
be.
disgrace it was.
But that song will never be brought up ever again. It is deleted from the history of this world. I don't ever want to remember it. I don't want to talk about it. That's how bad it was, in my opinion. So we don't ever talk about it from this point forward. We are
Uh,
going to sign an NDA together to never talk about this ever again. A non disclosure agreement to never talk about that demo again.
right, let's get onto the album.
Um, we have a song that features this guy right here as the first track, and I believe it's the first single off of this album, Deadlocked.
Deadlock. That one is about overcoming PTSD.
Yeah, I'm already liking
Uh,
it.
it, it's in the hook, man. Um, I'm fighting demons no one knows. The doors I open chose to close. I've lost the fighting sense to make sure I'm locked out of the death. That song's about overcoming it, specifically targeted at people that have been in war and come back. I've lost the fighting sense to
so,
make sure I'm locked out of the death. You know what I mean?
so you did that same like thing with you know, kind of like life sentence in the fact of like saying sentence for life, but saying locked out of the dead instead of deadlocked.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's a really good song. It's got a monster riff, and it's really good. And you got this guy being amazing as always, and you got me doing some
Yes, it is.
screamy.
It is gonna be screamy. Um, it's the first single. I
Yeah,
still need.
it's
It still is not done yet. I still have to track vocals
no.
on it and all that. If you don't know, actually, when are you sending me that song?
Uh, whenever I get around sending you the 15 other ones you want me to send you.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right.
Okay, it's gonna
Now,
be a good one.
Deadlock's really good. Deadlock's really good, and I think
Get
people are
ready
gonna
for the
resonate.
schizophrenia to come out. We're talking schizophrenic. Well, not too schizophrenic, but schizophrenia.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
So I remember listening to the second one here on TikTok. You teased it, and it just resonated with me because I've been in that place. I know how it's like. Too far broken. You know.
That's the song that came very close to not being on the album. I mean, I teased it a while back as a demo, and I was picking, and I was sitting at this desk with my buddy Michael, or Ghost Venom. Um, and we were picking songs for Alter Void, and he played this demo. He was like, "This is great. Why hasn't this come out yet?" Um, and I recorded it, and I looked at him. And I just went, to be honest, I recorded it, and I just didn't do anything with it. And we had a spot we needed to fill on the album, so I finished it, mastered it, and yeah, that song is about reactive attachment disorder.
Yeah, that's
Um,
that's a song that's coming on my second studio album. It's gonna be called
that's
yeah.
Too Far Broken is about reactive attachment disorder and just feeling like I've been treated in a way that communicates that I'm not worthy of love. I'm not
Yeah.
worth anything. People aren't going to want to so themselves with me. So, you know, what this song is about, and it's got some lyrics that'll hit hard. I mean, the hook is literally, um, "What if I'm too far broken to be someone to love? What if I'm too far broken? I don't even know who I am." It's a great song, man. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Definitely one that'll get the feels. Definitely one that'll kick you in the feels, man.
Reactive attachment disorder. You pitched that topic to me, and yeah, we're gonna be in the writing process of it soon. It's called Dark Shift. It's actually a revived demo that was gonna be on Supernova, but I never put it on
Mm.
Supernova. So yeah, that's gonna be fun to write. I just wanted to say that because you gave me that motivation to write about that
Yeah.
topic. And we both got motivation from it from Wired for Worthless. So um, this song, the next song, really, really, I'm excited for. The most probably I'm excited for. One of the ones I'm most excited for, actually, Invisible.
That's that. That's my favorite song on the whole record, if not my second. That song was inspired by Undone.
Right?
That song is about the after effects of the long term effects of mass bullying and bullying
Inspired
trauma.
by Undone, you don't, you say.
Um, the idea. I mean, I've been bullied my whole life.
Oh yeah.
I've been. Oh God, there we go. I've been treated like an outcast my whole life, and it wires you, man. It really does fuck with you. Um, it's in the hook, man. Have you ever felt this invisible because of your darkest nights and what's in your mind? I'm sick of being open when no one wants to help me fight. If you left me alone, I'd just break down on my own. The truth is, I don't want to fight alone. Have you ever felt this invisible?
Oh,
That one came straight from my soul.
that is
You
gonna,
know,
that's
it,
gonna hit. That's gonna
it
resonate, man, guy.
it's a great song, honestly, and it's so happy sounding. It's very much in that vein of like "Easy's Never Been This Hard" by Citizen Soldier. In the sense of it's so poppy and it's so happy sounding, but the lyrics is like these are really really sad lyrics. And
Yeah.
anyone who's been in that position where they've been bullied their whole life, or or whether it's in school, outside of school by a family member, doesn't matter. It's gonna resonate with a lot of people, and I think that was just gonna cut.
I'm
It's
gonna
as I
feel
said,
it,
it's
man.
one of my favorite. As I said, it's one of my favorites on the record.
This next song, before we jump right into it, we were again scrolling through old demos, and I was with this guy, and I came across this one, and I'm just like, because originally it was very poppy, this one, and I'm like, the song has a great hook to it. I just want you to change it. Just change it into arena rock. Change it into a rock song. So it's called Cobra.
Cobra, that
So
one.
I just wanted to give you some context with what we did there, and I said revive this one, do it.
That one, I would say I had the most fun recording. I had the most fun writing that one.
Huge inspiration from Everybody Hates You. Huge
I was about to
inspiration
say that one is the Everybody Hates You of this record. It's about overcoming trauma, and as he said, this song was a demo from my Dear Aphrodite EP that didn't make the cut, and he pressured me and pressured me and pressured me to bring it back. I was like, if it's that good, if you want me to bring it back that much, I will. And I'm glad I did. It's incredible. The song's great.
Oh, I heard it. I heard it early, and it's great. It's just great.
It's so good. It's it. It's one of those ones where you want to roll in the summer. You want to roll the windows down and just blast it.
Yeah.
And like it's got that riff as well that just makes you want to start headbanging along. And it's great. It's so good. It.
In the
I
teaser.
guess the best way I could describe it is it would be a really good candidate for rock radio.
Yeah. The last dance detected, but my story is complicated.
That's all the lyrics you're getting.
Yeah.
They're all the lyrics you're getting. That song went viral on TikTok when I first teased it. So I think people are really anticipating that one.
I think people are really going to enjoy that. But yeah. I love what you did with the chorus too. You changed that chorus, you teased that, you changed the chorus.
I kept the hook.
Like,
I kept the hook.
yeah, you kept the original lyrics, but you just changed, like, instead of going Cobra, 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 you went, I'm overcoming a mental disorder. And you just
Well,
kept, I
there
loved
was
it.
a comment on that video of the demo, and it was the song idea is good, just work on the lyrics, and then I was like, because I'd wanted to bring back that demo for a while, because it was a good demo. I did like it, and I like the concept of a song called Cobra. I don't know why I keep looking at the ceiling for some reason. um, and it's and I sort of dwelled on that comment a lot, and I just sat and I was thinking about what I've overcome in my life and the situations that have gone on, and I just started spitballing to the instrumental, and then because this song, it was originally, because the idea of this song, it was originally going to be called Forever, and then I was doing the lyrics, and I just did that hook, and I was like, okay. And I listened back to it, and I was like, okay, I guess I've got the big arena rock version of Cobra. And I sent it over to you. You really liked it, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to put it on the record.
The next one, I am really excited for. Talk Me Down.
That one is the experimental one of this record.
Oh, it's very experimental. It's very different. You want to talk about different? This is different.
Well, there's two songs on here. There's two songs on here that would be good examples of that.
Yeah, I gotta lean down. My back's killing me.
Talk Me Down is just about. I wrote that one at the height of this month, June. Is Men's Mental Health Month, and I wanted to dedicate a song to that. But also in the vein of it, works for anybody. Standing on a ledge, sitting there thinking, who's going to talk me down? It's very emotional. It's a ballad. But it's in the first verse. It hits you straight in the feels, man. Tonight's one of those nights. I don't want to. Tonight's one of those nights. I don't want to be alive. I'm staring at the light while imagining my suicide.
Oh man.
Those lyrics really hit, and as I said, I wanted to make a song to raise the awareness about Men's Mental Health Month and just mental health in general. Um, and the second verse is really good as well. It's one that I definitely think people are going to relate to. One that they can stick on a rainy day when they're having a rough day. Just listen to it. It's very different. I don't think I've done a song like it before. If before, not in a long time. But I'm really excited for the response from that one.
The next song is one that you did send me, and you said this is the saddest song you've ever written, and you weren't lying, because he actually
I think I know which one you're talking about.
he actually witnessed me crying to this song. He did. But
I think I know which one you're talking about.
it's I'm so sorry.
Fuck's sake. That one easily takes the cake as of the saddest song I've ever done. Easily, it was easily the hardest one to record, the hardest one to listen back to, and
Actually,
recording that one was probably the darkest song. It's easily the darkest song recording wise. One of the darkest. One of.
I have not wrote a ballad yet, and I really want to. It actually, I kind of do have one. I think it's yeah, on the next album. But I find it's really hard to write ballads, though. It really is. It's harder to write ballads than like rock or metal songs, in my opinion.
Mm.
So yeah.
But no, that song is about ruining a relationship or feeling like you've ruined a relationship, and the thought process in your mind when whether it's the case of you did ruin the relationship or the relationship ended and you were blamed for it. I mean the hook. Oh, hang on.
He's already getting
The hook.
emotional.
The hook is I'm so sorry for letting it all fade away. This isn't how it's got to be. Disintegrate, you faceless enemy. I'm so sorry. I just wish I could take back what we had. And I mean, I wrote that one. I wrote that one at the height of a breakup, and
Oh, that's gonna
and
hit. That hits,
it
man.
was it was an ugly breakup. There was, that it was not fun for either of us. I was um I was the victim in the sense of I was blamed. I was gaslit
Oh man,
during that
I
during that
I
period,
feel you, man. I do. I really, really do.
and I sat down when it happened at my desk with a bottle, um, and I had my lamp on. It was about midnight, and I just spitballed. I spitballed it, and I just put on the instrumental whatever was in my head, and by the end of it, I broke down because it was just so real. But ultimately, I think that's what it needed because it's an incredible song.
Yeah, there's a song on. There's two songs on Blackout I broke down to after finishing it. It was Undone and Washed Away.
There's only 3 songs on this record that have made me cry, and this is one of them. But yeah,
Um, so yeah, Undone and Washed Away were ones that I cried to personally. I'm sorry if I'm yawning so much. Like I just woke up not too long ago. So
all good, man. All good, all good. I'm over here dying of COVID, so
this next song is the one I'm the most excited for off of this entire album. I think. Actually, no, that's a lie. This is the second most excited song I'm for. Dead Star Rising.
that's a happy one.
Yeah, I
Dead
remember the
Star Rising
teaser.
is a happy one. Um, that one is about. Well, that one could be interpreted to be a lot of different things. The way I interpret it, that one is about surviving a suicide attempt.
No, I
Um,
feel that.
I wrote it. That was one of the first songs I ever wrote. Um, I wrote it while laying in my bed after I come home, and I just had in my head, they all see a dead star rising, they all want a taste of who I am. But then I switched it up a little bit, so it felt a bit more universal. So it was like I'm talking to a community of people, So I switched it up to they all want a taste of who we are. They all, then it was they all see a dead star rising. Um, yeah, that song's probably that one's a suicide prevention song, and it's really good. Um, one of the more relaxing ones that you can just put on whenever you're in a dark spot. It's really good. It's really really good. It's another one of those. It's like it's really experimental
Yeah.
and whatnot, but I'm really happy with how it's come out.
This next one I'm going to relate to really, really, really badly. And in a good way, though. Ghost of You.
Oh, this is another one. That song's about grieving the loss of a pet. Um, I'm gonna try and get through this segment the best I can without revealing too much. We all have things that are private. Um, anyone who says it's just a pet, politely, you know, politely, you know, shut up.
Yeah,
Just shut up.
I've heard that.
Because,
It's just an animal, man. No, it ain't.
you know,
It's
no, it's
think of it like your best friend just passing
yeah,
away.
literally it becomes like part of the family, and losing that, it's a massive adjustment. And I wrote a song, and I wanted to write a song about it when it happened to me, because it happened twice in the last year for me.
I love that concept.
And I was just sick of people telling me every time I go to like my friends and say, "Oh, this has happened, that's happened," they'll be like, "Oh, it's just a pet, move on." It's like, no, no, it's not. No, it's not. And the first verse, it gets me every time. When they say it's just a pet, I guess they never understand the distance they feel when it's time to let them go and send them up to the Rainbow Bridge.
Oh,
That
why you
that
gotta do
one,
this to me, man? Why you gotta do this to me?
that, it's one of the hardest songs to get through for me, recording wise. It was really difficult, but I definitely think it's one that's going to hit for a lot of people.
This next one, this title really intrigued me. Ultimate Sacrifice.
That song is about addiction and the prices people will pay to keep the feed into that addiction, in the sense of they won't they won't buy food, they won't pay rent, you know, because the money that they have is going towards feeding that addiction, whether it's alcohol, substances, pornography, any of that. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And there's a lyric in the bridge. Um, the ultimate sacrifice is just paying the bills. And it really does go into that idea of people who have ended up homeless on the streets because they've lost their house because they're not paying rent because they're spending all their money on the addiction. They because they feel trapped. They feel consumed by the addiction. And that's made clear in the second verse. Because the first verse, the song has three elements. It's almost like a story. The first verse is the perspective of a loved one. It's
Right.
like your loved ones watching you do this to yourself.
Right.
You know, the
Yeah.
fact that they, you know, they're trying to help you. You know, that's what the first verse is about. Then the chorus is about why people become addicted.
Right.
Um, in the darkness, chasing highs to feel alive. When people feel when people feel lost. That they'll go. They'll feed into that addiction to feel something, to feel alive. You know what I mean? So they don't feel like a mannequin. You know what I mean? And then the second verse is the effects that can have. So like consuming minds and chasing ghosts. Um, and then the bridge focuses on the side effects in life. It's a really good song. As I said, it tells that story, and it's really good.
The next one we have is, I think this was the one you told me you were most excited for. Faith in Me.
That that song is for anyone who likes dark humor, self-deprecation, just a laugh. It's like I'm a loser and I'm gonna sing about it. Um, there's a lyric in the chorus. It's so funny. If I can remember it. Um, don't if I remember correctly, it was don't bother calling me. You'll get a voice. You'll get a dial tone saying politely "fuck off." I'm a first class lazy ass. I don't know if that was exactly how it went, but I know it was along the lines of that. You know, it's so funny, man. I mean, me and my buddy Michael, not Ghost Venom, we recorded it, and we were both just laughing. But by the end of it, and we wouldn't stop going on about the songs. It was so good, and it was funny. It's like, come on, you can't sit there and say a song, that isn't funny when it has the lyrics, "I'm a first class lazy ass."
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really good. I mean, you obviously you got a limit of it. Obviously you got to limit how much of it you do because it can become pretty defeating. Every now and again, a dark joke or two can. It's therapeutic, okay? No, I'm excited for that one to come
Oh,
out.
I love that. I did Sonic Destruction, so maybe you took inspiration from that. Did you?
The idea of a self-deprecation song, yeah.
Yeah, and I can't wait for Letdown. Personally, from Sister Soldier, they need to release that one soon, man.
Yeah.
Uh, Next one is Divided Soul, featuring Jacko the Floth.
Divided Soul is about the after effects of addiction has on your brain. It's very much a psychology song. So to understand it, you have to have a understand. To be able to understand the song, it depends on your understanding of the psychology of the human brain once substances are altered. So like you'll hear stories of people that have been smoking weed for long, long periods of time. Their mind splits essentially, especially when they start as a teenager. Their mind will split. As an adult, the mind will split. They have various mental health issues. Um, I was around a friend's house and I was talking to his dad about it, and I sort of got the inspiration for this song about that. And not just weed, but other drugs as well, and just overall aspects of life. So that song is about the after effects of addiction, or like the side effects of it. When you start from a young age,
Yeah,
and as I said, as you said, that's got a feature. Song's really good, really powerful. So that one's really good.
yeah. Sorry, I was just texting someone here.
All good, man.
But I will give you some backstory on the next one before, and it's the last one. So basically this. So he pitched this, I guess, song to me. He shared it with me. I listened to it, and this is the most schizophrenic track I've ever heard from him. And originally, this was never gonna go on the album. And when I listened to it, and he was a witness to this, I cried to it just because of the meaning. You know, even though it's a heavy like song, I still cried to it because of the meaning. And
Mm.
he was like, I don't want to put it on this album. I don't want to put it on this record. And I motivated him to because it meant something to me. You know, it did. It truly did. It still does. And
Mm.
and then he put it on the album. I'm happy about it because it deserves a second chance in my opinion. You know, and it's the title track. It's Alter Void.
That one is easily the darkest song I've ever written. Both lyrically and recording process wise. Um, some of the screams in that one came from a place of physical pain.
You're not proud of it, but
No, I'm not. Especially some of the ones like, there's some at the beginning and there's some towards the end of the song that the screams came from a place of physical pain. And the song is about feeling betrayed by those you trusted. There's a lyric in that song. It's very uncomfy for me, hence why I didn't really want to release it. But it needed to come out. If it meant so much to this guy, then it must mean so much to people. It must mean something. No, I carve your name into my body, so I always remember the pain you put me through. That one wasn't actually written. That one was just it'd been a rough day, and my ex-girlfriend had played her usual games with me. I spoke to you about it, and I just sat down and just went berserk,
right.
I guess they say. And as I said, quite a lot of those screams came from a place of physical pain. Self-inflicted physical pain, and it's easily the darkest and heaviest song I'll probably ever write. And it's great. It's so good. It's
Oh,
so
it's great.
powerful.
It's
It's
great.
so
It's
powerful.
powerful. It's amazing, man.
And
So I'm
I do
glad
look
you.
forward. I do look forward to releasing it.
I'm so glad
Absolutely.
you revived it, man. Because that's like my anthem, man. It's like a song I'm just gonna be listening to on the walks to schools. You know,
I mean,
when
the
I walk.
the end of the song, man. Just I'm just there screaming. Made me feel like I was wanted for once. How do you not relate to that?
Yeah, it's just
When you're psychologically abused like that by people in your life,
are
that's the biggest feeling.
yeah.
You made me feel like I was wanted for once. You know,
Are there any bonus tracks?
not on this album. Um, there was going to be one, but we eventually decided to not have any. Simply because I didn't feel the need to. It's a 10-track album. It's already a full album.
I
Why
see.
would I want to? Why would I want to add more to that?
Yeah.
When you don't need to fix something that's not broken, essentially.
Right.
But no bonus tracks.
Yeah. A lot of people. I forgot to. Yeah. Like
You know, Alter Void's definitely gonna hit.
I'm gonna fucking love Alter Void. Alter Void's gonna be great. Is there anything else you want to touch base on?
Um, so this record was originally going to be split into two. It was originally going to be two EPs, like Alter Void, and I believe the other one was going to be called She Couldn't. But I decided, because I wanted to do a full length album for the longest time, so I decided, I have these songs, why not just make them into one? So in a way, the first half of the record tells a story, the second half tells a story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
I
like
think it's
that a
brilliant,
lot. Are
brilliant.
you in the process of writing the second studio album?
I am. There's some songs being written. There's some there's some juicy things going on. They're definitely to look forward to in the next year. 2025, gonna have another album. I'm hoping it'll be ready by then. We're about 3 tracks in to the process of recording and writing.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. We'll see.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time here, my guy. I do.
Cool.
For
Appreciate you
revealing that
doing the time of
stuff,
day.
for sharing it. I genuinely thank you for coming on here with me today. Um,
Of course, anytime.
Telling you that, and we'll do more interviews coming soon. And I have one coming.
Absolutely.
You probably have another one coming. So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was Alter Void. So if you want to go check out In Pieces music, I will link him in the description below so you can check out his other songs. And yeah, the first single is with this guy right here.
Yes. It's awesome.
So yeah, get ready, get prepared. Uh, Undone is out. Um, More stuff is coming. A lot of stuff is going on, and it's all piling up into one.
You've just interviewed this guy.
Yeah, I just interviewed this guy.
Could we please have that as a thumbnail?
What?
You interviewed this guy.
Yeah, I interviewed this guy.
Yeah.
Wait. Maybe I can make that into the thumbnail. Hold on. Wait. Maybe if I hold on, do that again. Maybe I can't make that into the thumbnail. Like, do that thing again. Maybe if I can make that into the thumbnail.
Yes.
Yes.
Thumbnail.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Awesome.
Let's go. All right. There, we've created the thumbnail. Everyone saw how we created the thumbnail. Anyways, we will see you later. This is a
See you later.
45-minute video. I hope you know that. This is 45 minutes of just pure content from this guy. All right. See you later.
Peace.